My name is Greg Sadlick. I'm the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences here at Cleveland State University. And on behalf of the college, I'd like to welcome you all here. We have faculty and staff. We have honored guests, loyal donors, local office holders, members of our board, the college's visiting committee, and a lot of other people who are simply friends of this phenomenal School of Film and Media Arts. Beyond being a center for advanced manufacturing and world-class healthcare, Cleveland is a quintessentially arts town, boasting of some of the most prestigious arts organizations in the country. In the recent past, as Cleveland's public university, CSU has made amazing strides to become a full participant in this brilliant local arts culture, with amazing performance venues in our Music and Communication building, as well as the Allen Theater, with attractive painting studios in the Middahl building, a vibrant art gallery on Euclid Avenue, and now this, a state-of-the-art film and digital media facility right here in the Idea Center. We are located in the heart of Cleveland, and today with this ribbon cutting, we take the next step in establishing a rightful place as another pillar in the storied arts culture of this community. But great facilities alone cannot guarantee great programs in the arts. You need outstanding faculty to teach the students, and indeed CSU has outstanding faculty in all of our arts programs. They are dedicated teachers, but they are also tremendously accomplished directors, composers, actors, painters, sculptors, poets, dramatists, and now creators of film and animation. We also have a vibrant Center for Arts and Innovation, which not only houses the Cleveland Arts Educational Consortium, but also organizes our annual arts festival, the AHA Festival, which takes place right in this very neighborhood every June. By the way, please remember to put that on your calendar for next June. It's a great celebration. In addition to having great faculty and great locations, great spaces, you also need special community partners. And we have those as well. For example, we have partnered with Playhouse Square, the Cleveland Film Festival, the Cleveland Film Commission, the Cleveland Playhouse, the Cleveland Orchestra, which provides many of our music faculty, Dance Cleveland, Groundworks Dance Company, and here in this building with IdeaStream, the city's organization that houses all of our public broadcasting. Partners like these help the full-time arts faculty and students integrate fully into the rich tapestry of arts and media offerings that can be found in Northeast Ohio. These partners provide our students with professional mentors and teachers, as well as opportunities for hands-on professional experiences. In short, they help make possible the total immersion into the local arts scene, thereby creating another example of engaged learning. And so we are very grateful to our partners in the community. But this afternoon, we're going to focus on film and media arts. And before we cut the ribbon, you will be hearing from some of the key players in the creation of this space, and also from our students who have chosen to study here. And now I would like to introduce the newest CSU Arts and Media champion, the person who will take CSU Arts and Film Studies to the next level, the 7th President of Cleveland State University, Mr. Harlan Sands.
Great job. Good job. Well, thank you, Dean Sadlack, for that introduction. On behalf of Cleveland State University, I am thrilled to welcome everyone to the world premiere of our School of Film and Media Arts. How did I do, Fred? Today represents another crowning achievement in the evolution of Cleveland State University. This school provides a unique opportunity for students who might not otherwise have access to such an opportunity to receive first-rate instruction in an industry that is driving growth in Cleveland and Northeast Ohio and around the world. I have had the privilege of having a tour of this fantastic facility, which I all hope you will take advantage of. And this facility, many of us think, is one of the finest facilities already in the country. This is an example of how we at Cleveland State can harness the unique partnerships here in Cleveland and at the state level to do something that is truly extraordinary and unique. Like any other blockbuster production, it involves a great supporting cast, so let me start first and foremost for thanking Fred Leahy. Where's Fred? He's in the front row, right in front of me. Fred, thank you. Without Fred, we wouldn't be standing here celebrating the facility, but also the quick evolution of our school. With 300 students already, Fred has helped us exceed all early expectations and has us well on the way to national prominence. We would also not be here if it was not for the outstanding efforts of a broad coalition of stakeholders who believed in this project from the start. First of all, the members of the Ohio General Assembly for $7.5 million capital appropriation that created this school, and we are honored to have many of them here with us today. So if I can ask you, when I call your name, to stand up, and then we'll give them one big round of applause once I'm finished. Senator Matt Dolan, Senator John Eklund, Senator Sandra Williams, Senator Kenny Yuko, the Senate Majority Leader, Minority Leader, I got that, I better not mess that up again. Representative Marlene Anielski, Representative Nikki Antonio, Representative John Barnes Jr., Representative Janine Boyd, Representative Nick Celebreze, House Assistant Minority Leader, I got that right, Representative David Greenspan, Representative Stephanie House, Representative Tom Patton, House Majority Whip, and Representative Kent Smith. Can I thank you all? Can we all give them a big round of applause? I'd also like to thank the members of the Cleveland State Board of Trustees that are here with us today, David Gunning, our chair, Tom Adler, and Dan Moore, and our student, Erica Betterson. So thank you all. I also want to acknowledge the enthusiastic support for this initiative provided by the Greater Cleveland Film Commission, led by Ivan Schwartz, who's sitting here in the front row. Thanks also to the hardworking faculty and staff of our College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences and our School of Communications, whose time, talent, and sweat equity turned this vision into a reality. It is now my pleasure to introduce someone who played a starring role in the creation of the School of Film and Media Arts, CSU President Emeritus Ron Berkman. From day one, Ron was this school's greatest proponent. He fully grasped the potential and positioned us at the forefront of preparing students for great careers in film and the fine arts. If this were a Hollywood production, we would call Ron the executive producer. Am I right? Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Ron Berkman.
Thank you all for being here and sharing this day. And I think if you look around the room and see who's here and feel the feeling in the room, we don't need words to explain that this is a special day. There are people who were incredibly pivotal in making this happen. And the first one really who, if I'm the executive producer, okay, he is the executive squared producer, Ivan Schwartz. So he was a believer from the very beginning that Cleveland and Northeast Ohio, and indeed the entire state, was poised to become a significant player in this industry. And he understood that part of being a significant player in an industry, and I think we all understand this all too well now, is having a workforce that is prepared to work in this industry. And thus, the creation of the school, to me, was the perfect alignment of building this industry sector in an arena and an area, as the dean has said, which already has an amazing arts infrastructure. For young people, when we began to explore, and I began to try to learn about what we needed in a director for the school, Ivan took me on the road, took me to Hollywood, but really took me to USC, University of Southern California, their film school, and to Chapman University, to the Dodd School of Film, to give me some sense of what the moving parts of this enterprise are. And one thing that's always stuck with me from those visits, and Ivan, I'm sure, remembers it as well, and Fred, I think, knows it, is that one of the skills that all of the leadership of these other film schools talked about that we ought to focus on with our kids is teaching them to write. Teaching them to write. They didn't say act, they didn't say direct, they didn't say choreography. They said the fundamental skill that will fuel all other skills. The fundamental skill that will give them the lenses they need to do what they want to do starts with them learning how to tell a story, learning how to chronicle a story, learning how to build, okay, effect and impact. And I know that's carried over, and we all know that it is a skill that will, whether our students go on to work in the industry or don't, a skill that will always serve them. But it is the perfect moment and the perfect alignment, and we're all now talking about alignment. The legislature, the partnership with the state of Ohio, the support of the city of Cleveland, the support of the cultural community, the partnership, the location, the vision. I always thought about when parents walk through the door of IdeaStream and walk around IdeaStream and then come up to this film school, all right? You can't help but feel and understand that something very special is going on here. And the dean of the Dodd School of Film told us that, well, once you get the program started, you'll probably have about 200 majors in year one. We have 300 majors in year one. He told us in 5 years, I think you'll have 12 to 1,500 majors, because this is where the world is going. It's not only going as an art form, it's going as a technological form. It's going as a commercial form. It's going as an expressive form. It's going as a business language. So it is not singularly this piece of it, but it is this entire tapestry that you, the students in their black t-shirts today, will have really this unique opportunity to prepare for this next epoch. So again, I want to thank everyone. Again, this couldn't have been done, all right, without amazing. This place, this time, in less than a year, okay, where we've come is absolutely the most poignant testimony to how strong and how vibrant partnerships can be. Thank you all very much. Thank you for being here. So, as I said, the executive producer squared, okay, my guide through this journey. And the world's most avid supporter of this industry at this time in this place, Ivan Schwartz.
Thank you, but it's truly a joint effort. Nobody can do anything alone, and we've been working. When I first got here in 2007, my goal has always been to build the film industry in Northeast Ohio. And in order to build an industry, we have to think big. And we have to think about what's going on in the world, like what content is being created and where this industry is going. And one of the things that was always key to this, there are really three parts. One is the film incentive. Two is education, to create a workforce and have a film school that we can create that workforce. And three is to build infrastructure that is recognized around the world. My goal is that Cleveland become a global center of excellence in this industry. I don't want to be just good, we want to be excellent. And you know, starting out with the incentive, we're capped right now at $40 million, but let me just tell you how popular it is right now. July 1st, it renewed at $40 million. July 12th, all the money was gone. So we're in the process of raising the incentive. We're hoping to do that and raise it to $100 million in the next session, and which will then help us build even further. And all these kids that are coming out of here are going to have an opportunity to stay here in Cleveland. And it's no different than working in Hollywood or New York. They're going to be able to make a very, very good wage, and they're going to be able to stay here in Cleveland and participate in our community. And that's been our goal all along. That'll also trigger. That's also going to trigger infrastructure, which is going to create a whole other different kind of job here, so that projects, we don't have to say goodbye to the Avengers next time they want to come to Cleveland. Every time we have to say goodbye to a project because we don't have the capacity, it breaks my heart. And I know that we can deliver on anything that anybody throws our way in Cleveland with this industry, and we want to be prepared to be able to say yes, not have you checked out Pennsylvania. So I really want to thank a lot of the people that have helped us along this journey. They've been mentioned before, but the legislature, several of the people are here that have been with me since the very beginning when I thought was even thinking about this, and they didn't throw me out of their offices. One was Representative Tom Patton. I don't know where, I don't see him, but he was here, and Senator Matt Dolan back in 2009 did not laugh at me when I brought this to them. So I appreciate you holding your laughter to the end. And then all the other legislative, every time we've gone through this, the legislature has been incredibly supportive. Through the last time around, we only had 2 votes against the incentive at the time, because at the end of the day, this is about jobs, and it's about bringing economic development to our city. It's about creating a culture of excellence in our community, and one way that we want to keep doing that. Also, I forgot to thank County Executive Armin Budish, because he was the speaker at the time when we first got our first incentive. But also, we want to make sure that that we're delivering for these kids, and that we continue to have these partnerships. And one of these partnerships is right now we're working with the Playhouse Square. And what I love about this is that the union that services Playhouse Square is the same union that works on the films. And this is about creating, I feel like it's closing the circle, because this is about creating jobs and opportunity for people to work 365 days a year if they choose to. So we're working with Playhouse Square to become part of the film incentive, and it's not just for anything, but it's for very specific things where it creates jobs and uses the same labor. One is for pre-Broadway. The other is for films, plays that are going to take off on the Broadway tour. And the third is if you go to Chicago, you see that Hamilton is staying in Chicago. And the only reason they're there is because of an incentive provided by the state of Illinois. And that will make us even more competitive and attract more people to our community so that we can show off Cleveland. The one thing I think that we need to overcome, and I'll probably get in trouble for this, but anyway, the one thing I think we need to overcome is we can do this. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that we can be successful. And everybody in this room needs to believe the same thing. Because what I encounter over and over is that people don't believe this can happen in Cleveland. And that, why would they come to Cleveland? Or, it can happen other places, but it's not going to happen here, so why should we bother? It can absolutely happen here. There's no reason it can't happen here. And we are primed to be a player in this industry if we choose to as a community. The only thing that is inhibiting us is ourselves. And if we think, and if we raise the incentive to $100 million, we are shovel ready today. Everybody's looking for the next big fix in Cleveland, Ohio, but if we raise this incentive to $100 million, tomorrow we will see the results of what that means. We will see companies coming from all over the country wanting to set up shop here. Don't believe me? Look at a small state like New Mexico, 4 million people. They went after Netflix. Why? Because why not? Netflix just promised to do $1 billion worth of production in New Mexico that has a population of 4 million people. We can do that here. I have had studios come to me, and I'm sure you want me to be quiet, but I will. But I just am so excited because this film school is what's going to drive this, because the workforce is why they want to go to New Mexico, and the workforce is going to be why they want to come to Ohio. We can have Netflix, we can have Apple, we can have HBO, we can have Disney. Every time I go to these companies and I tell them we're out of money, that prevents us from having them. But they want to come here, and they will set up shop here, and we will have our own Netflix deal because we're going to have a trained workforce, trained by this school, that will allow them to feel comfortable bringing their companies to Northeast Ohio. So, I can't do this alone. Frederick can't do this alone. We need everybody's help to believe that we are the future of the city, and that we can be a city that when people walk through the airport, they see, Avengers and Captain America or whatever movies that shoot here, and it resonates with people, the excitement of having this content here. They're making more content now than ever. And I want a piece of that, and I want it here, and I want all the students that are part of the school now and in the future to be working on that content. And we want to be a vibrant part of the solution for this city. So thank you.
We're joined at the hip. So what he said. We have so much to be thankful for here today, and I'm humbled by the amount of energy that's been brought to focus to make this place happen. Thanks to Egon Lungo and Jeff Maver. Where are you guys? From Constructability, and I wish that Brett could be with us here today. With all of the challenges that we encountered, it's amazing that you were able to get us across the finish line to start classes this fall. So thank you. Thank you. And thanks to Chris Dewey, John Kaminsky, Rhonda Franklin, and Jill Akins from VAA Architects for the great collaboration and design that we see all around us in this stunning facility. And we're going to carry this forward in phases 3 and 4, so more to do there. And also thanks to Mike McAndrew from Bastian and Associates for the wonderful industry quality assurance that he put in as well. Dwayne Wilson, is that guy around? Thank you for your endless patience, professionalism, and drive that brought us across the finish line, along with your team at FAST, including Bruce Ferguson and Jim Gross. And thanks to Dean Sadleck. Without your vision and leadership, this never would have been possible to come to fruition. So thank you. And the entire College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences staff, especially Jody Milkey, Leslie Lang, and our intrepid recruiter, Bregan Arnett, and for all of the help in navigating the committees and approval processes. I think there are only 12 committees, in the creation of our unique curriculum. A deep thanks to Amy Furio and Joyce Massboom. And to our great faculty that developed the program that was a part of the School of Communications for so many years, Mike Rand, John Bond, and Rick Pitchford, sometimes known as Obi-Wan. And thanks to Evan Lieberman for bringing film into the program some 8 years ago, and for all the foundation work in getting this whole project started. And to Cheatham Slankard for bringing in interactive, and to our newer and part-time folks, Maria Gigante, Mike Suglio, John Vorlis, Sal Cardoni, Eric Seiler, James Denny, Kevin Vaughn, Jennifer Poland, Dave Tarbert, James Israel, and Alan Byrne for your innumerable student-focused contributions. And really to my hand-holding staff partners, Valerie Temple and Rick Pitchford for your work in getting us here, the long days, sleepless nights, overcoming a profusion of challenges to make it all come together. And thanks to our lab tech crew, Zach Kazek for keeping our labs running, Najada Davis and Marty Bernard for the creation of the 7th Art Film Club. 7th President, 7th Art. In particular, to our new equipment coordinator, Katie Martin. Together, we are all forging an affordable, innovative, world-class program that will prepare our students for careers that can help to transform our community. And for that, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Ivan, for your persistent drive to enable world-class production in our community, and for pushing for the creation of this film school. You know that without your efforts, we wouldn't be here today, and the workforce you need is on its way. Thank you, Ron Berkman, for embracing the challenge of creating yet another significant program and insisting on siting it here atop the Idea Center with a full 360-degree perspective that we can see about us. And President Sands, for your energetic, student-focused outlook. We're ready to lock arms on forward together with you. And most of all, to the legislature and taxpayers of the great state of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of the Cleveland State University for having the perspicacity to invest in the development of the stories and the careers that give them full expression here in Northeast Ohio. For it's here, bounded by our view of the North Coast of our nation as seen from the Student Cafe, the evolving cityscape out the windows to the west, the smokestacks of the steel yards we can see to the south, and the theaters recovered from the Wreckers Ball by community engagement to the east. And here, I would like to ask for a hand for Lee Zappas. Are you here? I saw you earlier. Lee, would you please stand up? Lee has endowed our first student scholarship, and thank you for our students. And thank you to the Kelvin and Eleanor Smith Foundation for a contingent naming gift of $500,000. We are currently seeking a matching gift from a single donor, and we can discuss this and all the naming opportunities that surround us. And thanks to Rob Spademan and his university marketing team and Judy Abelman, who've put this together for us today to mark a new beginning for our students. Thanks for the t-shirts, thanks for putting us on the map and putting Judy on the job. So. You know, beginning film students, tend to create characters that are passive and a bit flat. Here, we teach them to make their characters active so that they can overcome obstacles that give them depth and dimension. The space here is going through that same transformation from its origins as a public library in 1912, when it was giving access to literature. Now it is home to a film school that gives access to the means of expression in the 21st century. The character of Cleveland and Northeast Ohio will become more dimensional on the world stage as stories emanating from atop the idea center become better expressed and more broadly distributed by students who are hungry to participate in the $2 trillion global market in media and entertainment. That's correct, $2 trillion, the equivalent of the total valuation of Amazon and Apple put together annually. Skilled jobs and participation in a growing and dynamic sector of the global economy was the impetus for investment here. We pledge full partnership with the Greater Cleveland Film Commission, Idea Stream, Playhouse Square, and all the sectors of the economic renaissance in northeastern Ohio. We seek to tether a share of the exploding market in content creation to help ignite the local economy for the benefit of the greater community. Of course, this facility is for the students who have come to occupy the space with such beautiful energy and focus. We're a community here, students, faculty, and staff together, a community of filmmakers striving to make a difference. But the biggest difference that we can make is how we approach our craft, how we approach our work together in a spirit of collaboration and common enterprise. Apparently, word went out last week that the school needs a video. And Keegan and Najada and Isaiah and Marty and a dozen volunteers stepped up and churned out the little video in a couple of days. They sent it to me Tuesday, 2:30 a.m., I think it was. Not that I was waiting for it. This is the spirit that fills this place. These high ceilings are filled with aspiration and goodwill. I've been around a lot of film students, but this is a very special group, and this is a very special place. I'm humbled to be here. May the work and the careers that are generated here in the School of Film and Media Arts at Cleveland State University help to illuminate understanding and inculcate compassion as the stories of and from our students emanate out to the far reaches of the globe. And may the economic impact of our community-engaged students help raise the standards of living for all of Northeast Ohio. And now, a word from our sponsors, the students of the School of Film and Media Arts. Paige?
My name is Paige, and I'm doing Film and Media Arts degree studying the track of cinematography. I actually transferred from a college in Pennsylvania specifically for this film school because I saw that this was coming up and I was so excited to be a part of it.
Hello, my name is Henry Meany, and I am in the acting directing track. I'm from Euclid, Ohio, and I chose Cleveland State because I've been wanting to study film for a long time, but I also really wanted to do it locally. And so when I heard the news of the film school, I knew that's what I had to do. And it's, as a student here and as an intern with the Greater Cleveland Film Commission, it's just really exciting and inspiring to see that we, once we graduate, we'll have job opportunities here in Cleveland. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Patrick Rails, and I'm too might be going to acting and directing, but not exactly sure yet. I've had an interest in film for quite some time in my life, up to the point that I kind of forgot as to why I do. It's just kind of there now. But when I signed on for Cleveland State and I found there was going to be a film school, I was like, okay, I can't let this chance go up. I have to attend it. And I have to say, it's going great so far. I love it. I don't know. I mean, I think Mr. Schwartz said it all. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Marty Barnard. I'm currently a junior at Cleveland State University. 2 years ago, I was a senior in high school and I was figuring out where to go. I picked Cleveland State because that's the exact same time where it was announced we would be getting the film school. So I already knew there'd be energy in this area. And so now that I am in the film program that's brought to you by Leahy and the film commissioner, like, seriously. The future is happening right now. This is only the beginning. In 5 to 10 years, I will be opening the first production studio in Cleveland that will bring all the jobs and opportunities home at Cleveland. So.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyra Cheney. I am from Berkeley, California, and a question I get a lot is, why am I studying film in Cleveland? And the answer is that when I found myself in Ohio, for various reasons, I heard a lot of really wonderful things about the Cleveland film industry and the many opportunities and the future and how it's growing and this program at Cleveland State University, and it sounded exciting. I couldn't go back to California when I realized that I could get when I realized that I could get the education and the training and the experience that I wanted in the film industry for a career in it here.
Hi, I'm Remy Goddard, and I went to Cleveland Heights High School. And I've been involved in film and acting since middle school. I made student films with my friends. And when I was looking to further my education, I saw Cleveland State in the School of Film and Media Arts, and I saw the qualifications of professors and the possibilities of the location, not just this amazing place here, but also being in Cleveland, which is rapidly becoming a hub for the film industry. And these factors all came together and made Cleveland State and the School of Film and Media Arts the obvious choice for my college. I and the students would like to thank you all for coming and supporting the school.
I guess we're teaching them writing and eloquence, right? So another hand for our students. I would like to recognize 4 other dignitaries who have chosen to join us at this ceremony. First of all, Karen Kandinsky from the office of Senator Rob Portman. Is Karen here? And I would like to recognize City Council President Kevin Kelly. City Councilman Tony Braccatelli. And City Councilman Blaine Griffin. And one other person I would just like to recognize, my boss, Provost Zhenping Zhu, who's here. And now we are very fortunate to have some official proclamations from our visiting dignitaries. So I'd like to invite Senators Eklund and Williams to the stage now to present their resolution.
Thank you all so very much for allowing us to be with you. And could we ask Senator Dolan to come on up and join us too, please? Huh? He needs a little boost after last Tuesday, you know? Be gentle, be kind with him. Well, and he deserves a boost. You know, here we are for a dedication ceremony. And what's very obvious from everything that's come before us is that this is, in only name, a dedication. The real dedication that matters, has mattered, and will matter in the future, is the dedication that all of you leaders have demonstrated to bring this endeavor to where it is today. It's the dedication of people like Senator Dolan and Senator Williams and predecessors before us who I like perspicacious. I like that. But there's a dedication there. Those are the things that have brought the dedication of administrators who have brought the program to where it is. That's the important dedication up until now. But I'm here to tell you that none of it, all respect, Ivan, none of it will mean anything without the dedication that is really most important. And that is the dedication of these young people, the dedication of the faculty, the dedication of the community to embrace what you're doing. I have here a proclamation from the Ohio Senate that I will present on behalf of all of our colleagues, and it talks about the exemplary education you get at Cleveland State. It talks about the nurturing of the students. It talks about excellent opportunities and investing in students. And that's great. But I've come to believe that a legacy, whether it's a legacy for a school or for a student or for faculty or for a movement, is made not so much by what you do as by how you do it. And so I present with my colleagues here this proclamation in the hope and in the belief and confident in the belief that the education that's provided here is more than about films, it's more than about media, and it's more than about learning how to write. It's about how you do things, and in the hope that you'll be invested with a sense of decency and integrity and responsibility to yourselves, to this institution, to the movement, and to your community. So thank you all again for having us. Come on up.
Thank you, Senators Eklund, Williams, and Dolan, and all the other senators who voted for this proclamation. We are very grateful for this recognition. And now I'd like to call on Representative Nikki Antonio, who has her own. Thank you.
My colleagues from the House are joining me. So, my name's Nikki Antonio. I'm a state representative and a two-time alum from Cleveland State University. And I know that Cleveland State changed my life. And I am sure that not only is Cleveland State going to change the lives of the students that are here today, but these students are going to change our lives as well. Thank you. We want to thank you for this opportunity of creating Cleveland, the North Coast Hollywood. We're very excited about that. We're also excited to be here as the supporting cast from the state legislature. More than $7 million in capital appropriations. We are so proud, and we were very excited to be a part of bringing that support to this project, to this effort. We look forward to the fact that this arts and culture mosaic that's being created and added to by this wonderful film school is just going to add. We've talked about how it's going to be an economic driver for the community, how it's going to make a difference for jobs in this area. But more than that, more as if there could be anything more, the more is Cleveland has had a little bit of an inferiority complex. Maybe y'all know about that. And I cannot tell you how we have been on the rise. We have been feeling a lot better about ourselves. You now give us an amazing reason to be very, very proud of the work that's done here. Did you notice how everyone applauded when she said she chose to be here from California, right? And thank you so much for that, Tyra, because we need to hear that. We need to hear that a lot. So on behalf of the Ohio State Legislature and all of my colleagues here, we congratulate you, we wish you well, and we're all ready for our close-up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative Antonio, and all of your colleagues from the Ohio State Legislature. We really are very grateful for this recognition. So at this moment, it's time for the toast. I think I see, does everybody have a glass of champagne or okay, I think they've been all passed out. Originally, we're going to have you get up and get them, but I think this works better. So at this point, I would like to call upon the chairperson of our CSU Board of Trustees, Mr. David Gunning, to give the toast.
It's a good thing I don't drink because we've been doing enough of these toasts lately. It's been an exciting last 4 months, but especially the last month, we've been doing a lot of celebrating, which is always fun when we come to these events. I want to thank my fellow trustees that are here today, Dan and Tom and Erica. It's so exciting for us who have been around, especially the three of us who have been around for a while, to watch these things come to fruition. And we want to thank, of course, Ron and Harlan and Ivan and Patrick and everybody else and Dean Sedlak for all their hard work and the faculty. But I want to make this toast. I did this the other day, and it's just a kind of an extension of the toast that I did for our investiture, but I think it really kind of holds true for what we're here today for. And that is, welcome to the Cleveland State family, all of you who are not a part of it before you got here today, but you are now. Cleveland State is one large family, 19,000 strong in students, plus all our faculty, staff, and great people that live and work here every day. And the last part of this toast, besides to this wonderful film school, this building, all of the construction, all of the hard work and blood, sweat, and tears that went into it, the legislators, all my friends down in Columbus who gave us this money, I really, really thank you from the bottom of our heart. But the most important people that this toast goes to, and I want you to stand and help me celebrate, are to the current students that are here and to the future students that are here, because this is all for you. So to Cleveland State and the great film school that we christen here today. Cheers. And now I believe we're cutting the ribbon, right? Okay.
So we've come to the point where we're going to cut the ribbon. After the ribbon cutting, you are invited to stick around. Please tour the facility, see the great job our people have done here. And there's also a buffet. We ask you to join us there. Now, all the speakers and the visiting dignitaries and the board members, please join us to cut the ribbon.